Good afternoon, classmates, most especially to our beloved Professor Engineer Giselle Nagsuban. Before anything else, I would like to give you a quick glimpse to the world's most famous country today. Everyone, brace yourselves as I welcome you all to China. China is located in eastern bordering Afghanistan. The country's capital city is Beijing. The country's flag symbolizes the country's experiences, specifically the Civil War. It also symbolizes the leader of the Communist Party, and the smaller stars represent its people. The country's population is 1,418,582,421. Their form of government is communist. Their language is Mandarin, or the so-called Han language. This form of language is used in education and media. During the 19th century, the country experienced civil wars and famine. Deng Xiaoping is the leader of the People's Republic of China from 1978 until 1989. He focused on economic development and international trading. The reason why China developed its close relation to the West that results to the good effect on the economy, resulting to the improvement of China's people living standards. China has different forms of religion, composed with Taoism and Confucianism. Taoism is the major religion in China. This religion focuses on the need to life simplicity and harmony. On the other side, Confucianism's philosophy sets examples of ethical values. The wrong is wrong and the right is always right. In China, family is given the most of attention and respect. China values were based on the teaching of Confucius: sincerity, loyalty, and honor. Honoring the father is one of the Chinese most important way of sharing and giving of respect. Chinese people respect each other at all costs. Back then, women were just a possession like any material things. They only need to follow and obey the commands of their father, and when they get married, follow their husbands. China only allows one child, and male child is more treasured than the female ones. But during the 20th century, sexist equality is encouraged. During pregnancy, a good posture must be maintained, for Chinese believes that a happy mom bears and produces a happy child. China also is known by having delicious food. They love rice, tofu, and noodles. Over the decades, China shocked the entire world when the country emerged as one of the fastest economy in the world. The country has a rich culture, back to the earliest civilization. Chinese were called by their given names, followed by their nickname, and come after a surname. They usually do not have a middle name, since when Chinese women get married, their surnames will not change. Be sure to be courteous and polite, and be aware of your facial expressions. Chinese are also truthful, just like us Filipinos. But someone must be careful of what kind of presents they're going to give. Chinese prefer to discuss plans and business in public places. You must have to be very professional when it comes to the time. Learning their way of living matters to them a lot. Do not sit directly if you are not told to do so. During meetings, Chinese were particular on the dress code. As the saying goes, right place, right person, plus right attire. Chinese love early seating of appointment if necessary. Punctuality is big deal for them. And when seating a meeting, written memos must be available in English and Chinese. Seniority is strictly observed. During negotiations, only senior member will speak. Every word from a senior member is fixed, and when you're planning to set a deal, always leave space for biddings. China's industrialization leaves marks in the geopolitical phenomena, since during that time there are so many reforms laws that is being changed. China became the center of attraction because of its fast-growing economy. It had become the icing of the cake, and even economists calls it a miracle. Despite China's achievement, some of the country's critics never stop questioning China's success. Some even say that China will suffer from its back. China's failure marks a role and leaves a remarkable lesson for the Chinese. The realization is that, even at the darkest hour of depression, being focused on how to find a way out makes the grand exit. This attempt started in 1978, led by Deng Xiaoping. During this time, the approach is well studied. From their past failures, the Chinese make sure that this time they will no longer fail by analyzing what's best and what is accurate. Chinese business management is learned and based from Confucius' philosophy that leaders' decision will always remain right and remain unquestionable. China defined industrialization in three ways. This just means that innovation is always present, taking the risk and putting the last guard because quitters never win. Now that China is on their journey towards the pedestal, the effect is felt by their people gradually. High income and wages were on its peak. With the use of modern technology and machineries, China now is called the driver or the commander. China's rapid growth of economy is based on two main factors: large-scale capital investment, financed by large domestic and foreign investment, rapid productivity growth. When we say economic growth, it means that it is an increase in real GDP or the gross domestic product. Increase the value of national output, income, and expenditure. The benefit of economic growth is higher living standards, higher real incomes, and the ability to devote more resources to areas like healthcare and education. Because of China's rapid growth, the country is expected to surpass US and to become the world's largest economy. Chinese philosophy, according to experts, contributed a lot with their growth. Governmental morality, personal morality, correctness of social relationship, justice, kindness, and sincerity. Governmental morality, that's when you are in power. You must be true to everyone, especially in your duty. Honesty first. Correctness of social relationships, that's when you are being good and fair to everyone around you, despite race and colors. China also struggles because of COVID-19, where the reason that they were the first on the list that is severely affected. Since the virus said to be originated from Wuhan, one of China's provinces. But in spite of everything, China still managed to give poor countries the favor by lending millions of money. Simply because China get a big sum of money of their export products. Their attitude also in handling the problems helps them to stand against adversaries. It may be impossible to believe, but even US loans from China with an amount of $1.1 trillion. So no wonder why Philippines got also a fair share of debt. Because of their timely manner, their relays information, their preventive knowledge and control, and also the said to be Chinese participation in general. After the outbreak of COVID-19, the Chinese government
give top priority to fight against the virus and put the people's lives and health before everything. President Xi Jinping has led the whole nation in people's war against the virus. The wartime-like command mechanism and strategies formulated in accordance with the ground reality offered strong leadership. Chinese always took their social responsibility seriously and their trust in their government. Chinese fight the epidemic and they are united as one. Because of their great courage and will, the spread of the virus is almost over. This has proved that China and the Chinese people's triumph rely solely with their practice and discipline.